All right, guys. So we kind of spent some time talking about the backbones and some of the challenges that come along with those. And like I said, in my opinion, that is the most difficult thing about engraving this style, is getting all your backbones configured in such a way that they can fit into the intended engraving area. But moving on from that a little bit, you can see that I've engraved some of this, and then I wanted you guys to see some of it going down. Now, it's important to remember there are several looking ways to do this type style, and rather than falling into I like this, I like that, remember that we're coming at this from a standpoint with the intent of being fairly traditional in our approach, and with that comes a particular sequence in which you cut these things. And you know, everybody's hand is probably going to make a slightly different looking leaf. So what you want to do is dial in and focus on the sequence of cuts, and that's going to be what's important. And some of the other things that we're going to talk about is, in drawing out these backbones, you are going to create problem areas for yourself. And as mentioned in the previous video, it's ideal to have your scrolls facing where your intended or your imposed borderline is going to be. That's going to make it easiest for us to do the outside work, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. First, let's talk about populating the insides of the scrolls. Now, this style, unlike a lot of styles, it really doesn't matter which one of these you start with first. In other words, where you start engraving. You could engrave this one and then go over here and engrave this one if you wanted to. So don't get too caught up in where you start, because it's pretty unique to this that each one of these scrolls is treated completely individually, especially if you have successfully closed them off. And by that I mean, if you look at this backbone, this is a completely closed off area. That's ideal. That's what you want. There's no open edge to this anywhere. This one has a little bit of problems with this spot right here that we're going to fix. The inside of this scroll is completely closed off from everything else. And when things happen your way and it's going right, all of these areas, all of these scrolls are going to be completely closed off. And for that reason, it makes no difference which one you start engraving with. So we're going to treat all of them absolutely individual. And let's go to the microscope and let's look at some of the scrolls that we have that are problematic. So